Hello, everyone. My name's Rob Hall. I'm a member of the Meredith College Pre-Health Post-Baccalaureate Certificate Program, and today I will present to you a regression analysis of COVID-19 case fatality rates and healthcare quality metrics in Veterans Affairs healthcare systems. So to provide a little bit of background on this project, the Department of Veterans Affairs has many different healthcare facilities scattered across the United States. And each of these healthcare facilities provides its own COVID-19 CFR information, as well as a variety of different healthcare quality metrics that are all standard across VA healthcare systems. So when sampling 50 of these VA healthcare systems, you can see in figure 1 that the COVID-19 CFR within these facilities is quite high relative to the average American. And that isn't necessarily abnormal, as the VA has a very specific patient population that is typically older and sicker than the average American. However, it does pose some interesting questions as to whether or not there's a relationship between a VA healthcare facility's COVID-19 CFR and their performance in these healthcare metrics. Now, prior to conducting an analysis of that, it seemed prudent to account for differences in geography that may also play a role here. And that was done in figure 2 with a Kruskal-Wallis test that broke down the 50 sampled VA healthcare systems into 5 different US regions and compared their median COVID-19 CFRs. That test did not present a statistically significant difference in COVID-19 CFR. Getting into the actual regression analysis, you can see in table 1 that 13 of the healthcare quality metrics were assessed relative to VA healthcare systems COVID-19 CFR, and 2 of those 13 healthcare quality metrics presented a statistically significant slope coefficient in that linear regression. And those 2 were employee satisfaction and the acute care standardized 30-day mortality ratio. That's also known as the SMR30. When looking at employee satisfaction, the relationship is very weak and positive. The weakness of this relationship makes it really impossible to characterize it in any sort of meaningful, clinically relevant way. However, when we look at SMR30, we see a moderate strength positive relationship between SMR30 and COVID-19 CFR. So what is SMR30? This is really a metric that helps to account for the difference between expected and actual deaths within a hospital. So an SMR30 above 1 indicates that more patients died than expected, while an SMR30 below 1 indicates that less patients died than expected. So with COVID-19 CFR and SMR30, we see that approximately 31% of the variation in COVID-19 CFR among VA healthcare systems can be explained for by SMR30, with VA healthcare systems that have higher SMR30s experiencing higher COVID-19 case fatality rates. So why might that occur? There are 2 significant reasons that might explain this. The first is that the algorithms used to calculate the possibility of patient mortality do not appropriately reflect the mortality of COVID-19. So in this case, the algorithm itself is flawed, and it is under forecasting the amount of COVID-19 patients that would ultimately perish. And what this would result in is facilities that have higher COVID-19 case fatality rates would also show an increase in unexpected patient mortality through the SMR30. The other conclusion, and the one that's perhaps more alarming, is that for whatever reason, these facilities that have a higher SMR30 appear to be underperforming in the acute care setting. And that overall is increasing patient mortality. And that would explain why increases in unexpected patient deaths are also seen in increases in COVID-19 CFR within these facilities. However, a determination as to whether or not one or both of these reasons may help explain this relationship would require a significant amount of further study and investigation by the VA. So with that, that's all I have, and thank you very much for listening.